每一个游戏的玩家，他们在小时候都曾经梦想过，今后有一天能够站在这个世界的舞台上，然后成为一个冠军。
Korea as a region always provide these fantastic mechanically gifted players.
SKT really has a team that knows how to perform on a world stage. MSI gives every other region the chance to show up against Faker in the mid lane.
한국에 정말 센 선수들이 외국에 나가서 활동을 하고 있고 그 센 선수들을 만들었던 시스템이 외국에서 지도자를 통해서 보급이 되고 있거든요. 그래서 한국이 과연 세계에서 가장 센가? 이런 많은 의구심들이 지금 생기고 있고
For the first time in a long time, I don't think Korea is considered the absolute unchallenged #1 region in the world.
EDG, they're probably the most deadliest, most aggressive teams right now, coming out of the most aggressive region, which is China, the LPL, and they are dominating it. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to stop them.
AHQ 的选手以及教练团队会在最后给粉丝一个机会，就像在去年对上 EDG 的时候。
I feel like New Blood wants that trophy more. They drive for it harder, and I think that's what we can get out of Fnatic.
外卡区域虽然在他们的经验上面没有跟5大区域的联赛有同样的经验条件，但我觉得他们的那个拼劲是我们可以期待的。
You look at Team Solo Mid, they won the Intel Extreme Masters World Championship.
MSI의 우승은 가장 빠르고 가장 확실하고 가장 권위 있는 여러분의 팀이 세계 최고라는 것에 대한 인정입니다.
Professional League of Legends has come to Florida. Across the world, 6 different teams have been crowned the champions of their regions. And this week, they will do battle in the first ever mid-season invitational. Coming to you live from the Donald L. Tucker Civic Center at Florida State University in Tallahassee, Florida. As you see here, there's a lot of hype in the crowd, a lot of energy in that building as teams prepare to do battle for the title of champions. Best in the world so far this year. Hello, everyone. I'm James Dash Patterson, and we have assembled a team of league experts to break down the international action at MSI. Joining me from Oceania, we have Jake Spawn-Tiberi, who casts the English language LPL matches and also covered the International Wildcard Invitational. From the European LCS, we have the coach of the Unicorns of Love, Fabian Sheepy Milant. To give us the player's perspective, we have jungler Alberto Crumbs Rengifo, and finally from the North American LCS is Aiden Zyrene Moon. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me in what is promising to be a very exciting 4 days of League of Legends. Now, the world's top talent is at this event, and just moments ago, Yellowstar and Huni with smiles on their face, along with their coach Daylor, as they prepare to face off against TSM in our first match of the day. Fevin here, getting in a little time on the Rift before he has to make that stand against Bjergsen. On the other side of things, Lustboy and Wild Turtle, all with game faces on as they make their final plans, and Dyrus, last-minute strategies, of course. Now let's take a look at the tournament format for this brand new event. To start, the 6 teams will face off over 2 days in a round-robin group stage where each match is a best-of-1. At the end of that stage, the top 4 teams will be seeded into 2 best-of-5 semifinals, which will take place on Saturday. The winners of those matchups will advance to face off in Sunday's finals, where one team will emerge as the MSI champion. Competing at MSI are the #1 teams from each of the 5 premier regions and the winner of the International Wildcard Invitational. Things will kick off today with a brawl between Fnatic from the European LCS and Team Solo Mid from the North American LCS. That will be followed by IWCI champions Besiktas Esports Club from Turkey taking on Korea's SK Telecom T1. And then China's Edward Gaming will challenge AHQ Esports Club from the LMS. The teams will then continue to face off against one another through the end of the group stage tomorrow. There's also a new rule here at the MSI. Each team is required to bring one substitute with them, and as a potential competitive advantage, they can sub in a player prior to the start of the next game of a series. Now, to do that, they must notify the head referee right after the most recent game has ended and no later than 5 minutes after the explosion of the Nexus. In addition to our coverage, the action here in Tallahassee will be beamed out across the world and in multiple languages. Covering the games for their respective regions, here's the OGN crew from Korea, Caster Jun, Dongjun Kim, Cloud Templar, and Chobra. The LPL's Mila, Wawa, and Messiah are in-house for China, and Turkish host Ali Khan Atesh is here, and it looks like he's already interviewing Nardius from Turkey's TCL. Of course, we'll have our own casters on hand for the entire invitational, so let's check in with them now.